I deserve it. Ooh, everything I wanted. I'ma get it. Cause I deserve it. I deserve it. I deserve it. Everything I wanted. I'ma get it. Cause I deserve it. I deserve it. I deserve it. Ooh, everything I wanted. I'ma get it. Cause I deserve it. I deserve it. I deserve it. Everything I wanted. I'ma get it. Cause I deserve it. I deserve it. I deserve it. Ooh, everything I wanted. I'ma get it. Cause I deserve it. I deserve it. I deserve it. Everything I wanted. I'ma get it. Cause I deserve it. I deserve it. I deserve it. Ooh, everything I wanted. I'ma get it. Cause I deserve it. I deserve it. I deserve it. Everything I wanted. I'ma get it. Cause I deserve it. I deserve it. I deserve it. Everything I wanted. I'ma get it. Cause I deserve it. I deserve it. I deserve it. Everything I wanted. I'ma get it. Cause I deserve it. I deserve it. I deserve it. Ooh, everything I wanted. I'ma get it. Cause I deserve it. I deserve it. I deserve it. Everything I wanted. I'ma get it. Cause I deserve it. I deserve it. I deserve it. Ooh, everything I wanted. I'ma get it. Cause I deserve it. I deserve it. I deserve it. Everything I wanted. I'ma get it. Cause I deserve it. I deserve it. I deserve it. Ooh, everything I wanted. I'ma get it. Cause I deserve it. I deserve it. I deserve it. Everything I wanted. I'ma get it.
Yo.
What up, though?
What up, y'all? Welcome back to the 80s Babies Conversation. This your boy Bubba checking in. Want to give a shout out to the boy Ken, Prince Ken, as always, for the song. You know what I'm saying? What it do, sis?
What up? It's your girl, Ray Cherie, the hostess with the most, is checking in. Go ahead and invite some friends to this live. If you're on for the first time, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the like button for us. We're in for a good conversation, and we got a guest with us tonight. Kareem, go ahead and tell them what you're bringing to the conversation.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? Yeah, I'm just going to bring the authentic me, always being real, always being by myself, always making sure I'm taking care of my folks. Let's get it.
Let's get it.
Hey, and I want to, first off, I want to give a shout out to ASU.
Yes, sir. Bama State in the building.
Yes, we went over Howard this weekend, man. It was a good game, great game, man. Even though the rain delayed it for a little while, you know what I'm saying? But it was a great game. Shout out to them boys again, man, on that win. First win of the season.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Labor Day Classic is this weekend, so it's a lot going on in Montgomery this weekend. So
yeah, it's gonna be live in Montgomery this weekend.
Y'all might want to tap in out there in Montgomery now, I'm telling you.
Yeah, it's definitely tapping in for the weekend. All right, we're going to go ahead and get right into it for tonight. So we're gonna start out with the water crisis in Jackson, Mississippi. So people are saying that they are afraid that Jackson may be the next Flint at this point. I think that the governor has called it a state of emergency. The National Guard has been called in to distribute water.
Yeah.
But the distribution has not been sustainable at all. And people were waiting at least 2 hours for one case of bottled water.
Oh my goodness.
All right.
All
right. They said they had 700 cases, and when they ran out, that was it.
Right.
They had 700 cases, and when they ran out, that was it. So our people in Jackson are in need of water, clean water right now. The mayor is saying that they're working on distribution events, but it's not looking too good for Jackson having clean water right now. What do y'all?
And if y'all don't know, they was trying to say that, you know, due to the heavy raining and the flooding that's been going on, because, you know, in the southern states been getting a lot of rain lately, so they tried to blame it on, you know, the flooding, but they said some people say that wasn't the case. It was just poor maintenance of the pumps and things that was you know, that had failed. So
yeah, it's tragic to just even imagine that us living in America where we're still dealing with water crisis. How is that possible? How is it possible that the cities aren't thinking enough of the people to make changes when it comes to, you know, how the water system is built, so that you can make things that much easier, you know, for the public? It's wrong, man. They gotta work on that.
And like I say, you know, they say, you know, it's been a maintenance problem for years. It ain't just happening. You know, they say that this been a problem for years. So, you know, they seen it coming. They just didn't do nothing about it.
Yeah.
I can't imagine it. Can't imagine how they see something coming. They know it's going to happen. They know it's a problem. And instead of fixing the problem, they focusing on other things in Jackson. If they were focusing on anything.
Yeah. So y'all already know what they're going to do to the prices of bottled water.
Oh yeah, everything's going to go up.
But
it's gonna be crazy.
At the same time, I think we have to help our people. We need to organize something in our communities through the Red Cross or whoever it may be, and we need to donate some water to go to Jackson, because in all the pictures I've been seeing, the people have been brown, and so we need to do our part as well to help our brothers and sisters out in Jackson, Mississippi, and we need to send some water because they need water. What were they expecting to do with 700 cases of water?
Right.
When you're trying to eat, when you're trying to cook, you need to bathe, you need clean water. I mean, what was 700 cases going to do? But let's do our part as well and participate in relief efforts in sending water to Jackson.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. I was reading one article. A lady said she was getting ready to run her bath water, and like when she turned on the faucet, it was like raw sewage coming out of the faucet.
Oh, you know, man.
Imagine that. You turn your tub, you know, your water on in your tub, and you see raw sewage or just dirty water, period, coming out.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I remember when the Flint crisis happened, I was like, it was hard water, it was dark water. I was like, man, this is ridiculous. And Flint hasn't gotten any better since. And the fact that it's happening to Jackson, especially with everything going on with Jackson State, with Coach Prime, it's like, how do you expect for these players, how do you expect for these citizens to live a regular life when the city isn't doing their job?
Right, that's crazy. I'm trying to figure out like how are they gonna fix it? Like
how are they gonna fix it?
Yeah,
a lot of cities, a lot of states were giving relief monies during the pandemic. If they knew that they were facing this problem for years, why wasn't some of that money fueled into making sure they had
answer to that?
Jackson's a predominantly black city. That's why.
And as well as we have to be careful about who we elect into these positions. And that is why
exactly
we have to do our part in the voting process and making sure that we have good representation, because this right here should not be happening in the year of 2022. I'm sorry, like this should not be happening.
Not at all.
Yeah.
All right. In other news, everybody is going crazy. Even myself today, I was going crazy because I was thinking that the deadline for student loan relief was tomorrow. But actually, when I looked on the application, it said August 31st, 2023. So good. But we
got a whole year.
We got a whole year to get this done. But also with the money, I don't know if the money's gonna run out or whatever the case may be. So we don't want to wait until it's too late. We need to be jumping on this right now. So let's talk about this student loan relief, which I am excited about, this Biden administration's forgiveness plan. If you got a Pell Grant, you qualify for more money. So this means that it is set up to benefit those who were low income, because you only get Pell Grant if your parents didn't make enough money to qualify for those student loans. So we know that those individuals with Pell Grants are probably the underserved. But if you have Pell Grants, you get $20,000 forgiven, automatic, and $10,000 if you did not receive a Pell Grant.
Right.
So I feel like every little bit adds up. So I actually filled out my application today and sent it to my personnel office for my school district so that I can start this process. I hope to fax mine in on tomorrow so that I can get this done, because you know, a lot of people are saying that those student loans are keeping them from qualifying for homes. It's making their debt to income ratio too high and all these other things.
Right.
So how do y'all really feel about this student loan forgiveness plan?
I feel like it's a blessing. And it's really an opportunity for people to make their lives that much better. Back to what you were saying, if you're looking to buy a home right now, which with it being a seller's market, it's really tough anyway. But if you have intentions on doing more for yourself, creating generational wealth, starting with getting your debt together is only going to make your life that much easier and only going to make your life that much better. So if you get an opportunity to jump on it right now, do so. I know I'm definitely going to be filing myself.
And what about you, Slim? Oh yeah, I feel like it's a good idea, man. I hope it goes through, and I hope it. I need to do the same thing. Sis. So matter of fact, you need to forward that application to me.
I will forward the form, and I also forward you the one that I filled out. I just have to white out my social security number because you have to put that on that top sheet. But y'all, the form is only 2 pages long.
Easy. Send that to me.
Time out of your day. I'll send it to you too. Take some time out of your day and fill that form out and get it sent back in so that you can get these 20,000.
Okay.
HBCU graduates, we can get these 20,000 forgiven. All right, and at least at a minimum, you will get 10,000 forgiven. But here's what I want y'all to know, though. There is a loophole in this forgiveness plan.
Okay.
All right, so once again, on the top, it looks like it's helping low-income individuals. It will provide immediate help for those of us who were low income in college. But those who are low income that are in college now, it may potentially hurt them because the IDR plan is going to increase. They're going to end up paying more in future years to repay their student loans if they're on an income-driven repayment plan. So, and also, institutions are going to the income-driven repayment plan is going to provide. It's going to probably make institutions charge more for tuition. So college may become a little bit more expensive.
There's always something.
They already
and people who are going to get loans from this point on may be looking at higher income-driven repayment if they borrow money to pay for their education. So there is a loophole in this plan. Right now, people just pay 5% for undergraduate loans and 10% for graduate loans. But this plan will increase that amount, and those people who are struggling below the poverty line are going to struggle making those payments after this forgiveness plan.
That's it. People are paying their loans.
So look, get these loans forgiven, or get a percentage of your loans forgiven. $20,000 is a good little.
Anything not getting knocked off is good.
No, 100%.
Anything. It ain't got to come out your pocket. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all already don't want to pay these folks back anyway. Y'all better go ahead and let these folks take their $20,000, $10,000 off. I'm telling you now.
Straight up.
They're going to stick with you. And that's what they want.
So look at that forgiveness plan, and also look at the income-driven plan after these loans are forgiven, after this Biden administration forgiveness plan happens. So take advantage of it while you can.
Right.
All right, and we would be remiss if we did not celebrate Serena Williams on today. We talked about her earlier.
Yeah, I saw her magazine shoot. It was amazing.
Today, we got a picture on the left of her very first match, and then you got a picture on the right of her last night after the U.S. Open. And we have to make sure that everybody realizes that Serena is the greatest of all time in the world of tennis. So we got they took her out with a bang last night.
That's awesome.
Yes, they did. She played at Arthur Ashe Stadium. They rolled out a blue carpet. Gayle King hosted the tribute, and it's very important that our girls see it. All right, they need to know that they are still rocking beads in their hair because of Serena and Venus. It is for the culture. So we talk about her record in an open era. Let's just talk about why she's the GOAT. She had 23 Grand Slam single titles.
Mm-hmm.
All right. She won 14 women's doubles, 2 mixed double slams. All right. This girl is like one of the most winning. Is one other lady, but this is not her night. We're talking about
Focus on Serena.
But in an open era, this girl, this woman is the greatest of all time in the world of tennis. And I think that is
Jordan.
Amazing. Like amazing.
She deserves her flowers. That's amazing.
Yeah, she deserves her flowers. And just watching her growth. And she stood the test of times. We know that growing up in the public eye, people can be mean, especially when they talk about standards of beauty and all these other things. I mean, she's endured so much. And I saw a picture of her daughter this morning when they were covering this, and her daughter had the white beads in her hair, like a her first match. Like it was just awesome. What do y'all think about Serena?
It's monumental.
Oh, yeah.
Monumental. This, especially after seeing King Richard. I remember the first time I saw that movie. It was just amazing to see how much their father did for them, and how he saw so much in them from the beginning.
Yes.
He saw them doing amazing things. He instilled so much in them, so many affirmations, and was willing to do whatever he had to do and go through whatever he had to go through to make their lives that much better. So to be able to see everything she's been through, and then to see everything she's doing now and how she's on her farewell tour, it's like none other. She's done so many amazing things, and she's done so much for these little girls. Like, my daughter's 7, and I'm so proud to be able to show her that Serena Williams, she's doing amazing things. You can follow her example, and you could be just like her, even more so.
Right.
Exactly. So I think it's an awesome example. And as far as her character and all these other things, I think it has been unharmed and untouched. She truly is a girl on fire, and I don't think that this is it. I think this is just the beginning. So
Indeed.
I'm looking forward to seeing what comes from Serena after this retirement. All right, we're going to go ahead and dive on into mail time.
Can't wait to hear this.
This should be interesting, and I'm just gonna y'all bear with us because she wrote a letter. Here we go. Do you want to read it, Slim?
Yeah, I'll read it. All right. Dear 80s babies, I love your show. I was wondering if you could help me out with a situation. So I have a guy that I love tremendously. He was my first love back in high school, and although we lost contact over the years, we recently reconnected. He is amazing. We have stimulating conversation. He is understanding and sensitive to my mental health. He is funny, plans dates, provides, and gives me great advice. The issue is that he has a girlfriend.
Mm.
Do I need to back it up?
Yeah, back it up.
I ain't reading that fast here.
Okay.
Hold on. The issue is he has a girlfriend. Now, before y'all start judging me, the man is not married and he was transparent about the relationship, but said he was.
He never made any promises like he was going to leave his girlfriend either. Well, I messed around and got caught up emotionally. I actually have deep feelings for him, but for some reason I can't shake him. I've tried to give him space because at the end of the day, I am a woman and I actually feel bad for the girlfriend, but he is consistent and is still pursuing me. He basically has all the qualities I want in a man, but he just isn't mine. I am single and allowing myself to be open to dating, but I know I ultimately want a husband and I have no assurances from him that could even be a possibility.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
All right, it's another page. It's loading. However, for the time being, he is doing what I need to be done. For example, paying bills, loving me, and being a good communicator. How long should I let this go on? How can I cut it off? Also, this is my first time dealing with a man with some real bread. So, is this how men act when the money is right? Is this to be expected? I hope you guys can give me some clarity on how to move forward. At the end of the day, I am lonely with my bills paid and he gets to go home to another woman. Am I wrong for taking the money?
Sure will.
That's tough because wow, because this man
paid and confused and sincerely a writer, man. You shouldn't have wrote this long letter. That was a long letter. I don't even know where to begin at.
Yeah, so he's making good money. He's a good man. He makes you happy, but he has a girlfriend. But you knew he had a girlfriend prior too.
Yeah.
So
she said, I hope you guys can give me some clarity on how to move forward. All right. And she sounded lovingly paid and confused.
Okay. Well, my opinion is at least, well, the good thing about it is at least he's being honest. That's the good thing. And it kind of makes me wonder, does the girlfriend know what's going on between you and him? Also, does the girlfriend, I understand you want him to be your husband and you want more out of the relationship, but there's nothing wrong with you guys just enjoying each other as much as you can now and seeing how far things go between you and him versus him and the girlfriend. So, because focusing on the girlfriend isn't healthy. Plus, he's in a position where not only can he afford one woman, he can afford two. So really, his relationship isn't your problem. Your relationship with him is what you should really be concerned about. But you're single, you're not married, so you can still date and enjoy enjoy yourself. But just realize that since he's not yours, the expectations are different. Are you expected to be a good woman to him? Not necessarily, because he has a whole girlfriend. But are you expected to make sure you take care of yourself and look out for yourself? Because he's protecting your mental health. He's looking out for you. Doesn't sound like he's a bad dude. It just sounds like he has a lot on his plate. But really and truly, you might be better off just riding the wave and enjoying what you have with him, but just realize that the bottom could fall out any day of the week.
Right.
Be ready for anything.
They're real though.
So, but at the same time, I think that she has to also understand that she's gotten herself into. She is providing service to him.
Yeah.
Like she develop feelings. He may care about her, but he does not care about her as much as he cares about the one he has at home, if he cares about her at all.
Exactly.
So
that's the tough part about it.
I think women mess up. They get into these situations all the time and they catch feelings for something that was just a financial agreement.
Even more so.
Yeah, when you get into something like this, you have to understand that you just get it while the going is good. And when the going stops, you need to be ready to fall back.
That's 100% real. And I agree with Ashley Harper Hudson. Thank you for your comments. Yeah, if you're looking for a husband, he may not be the right one. But if you're looking for somebody that can take care of your bills and somebody that can make you happy temporarily, just be ready for that. And I would say this is a caveat. She can always, let him know, look, if you want me, you got to leave the girlfriend alone. He might need an ultimatum to see what happens. She can always test the waters, but it's hard to really consider, really, because she's emotionally invested. He's financially invested in the relationship. They've known each other since high school. So it's kind of makes you think, like, did he have the girlfriend the entire time they were together? They just linked back up. So he already had this girlfriend when they started back up again. So,
and she knew this.
So it's kind of hard to really feel where she's coming from, because she already knew what the deal was before she even started fooling back with him. So
yeah, she has to charge this one to the game.
Straight up.
I hope you save some of your money, because when it ends, it ends.
Real talk. Because he doesn't owe anybody anything.
And if they were friends before, it's a possibility they're not going to be friends anymore.
Yeah, that's very true.
Because this creates that disturbance.
Oh yeah. It's creating a tough situation for not only for him, but also the girlfriend.
First, I'm just sitting here dissecting this letter, this end part right here too. You know what I'm saying? She asking the question of how long should she let it go on and how can she cut it off? First of all, if those questions was gonna be at hand, you shouldn't even start it. You should have, as soon as he told you what he had going on,
you should have kicked rocks.
You should have veered the other way. You know what I'm saying? And then you saying how can you cut it off? Then that's gonna be up to you. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be it ain't really up to you. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, what she said, she couldn't shake him or whatever the other three paragraphs said, but and she's saying it's her first time dealing with a man with some real bread. Like, what's real bread? Just because he take care of you and taking care of the little bills, you know what I'm saying? Your bills might not be high to him. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like you,
but
I'm trying to figure out.
That's what we mess up at. We get the money twisted. Like, it's a big investment. Money is the most minimal investment somebody can give you.
Real talk.
And nobody's gonna give anything they can't afford to lose. So don't have money like it makes you valuable, because it doesn't.
But
he's giving what he can afford, and he's paying. That's your hush money.
Ooh.
When I do tell you that it's over, you can't be mad because you did get something out of the deal.
That's true. He's playing. He's paying to stay. He's paying to play. Really.
But
he's putting money into the relationship, knowing that it could fall out any day of the week.
Well, guess what?
But you take it and walk. It came with the territory. You take it and walk. So women, you stop getting into these situations where you think he loves you because it was only a mutually beneficial agreement. Make me happy. I make your pockets a little heavier. But when it's over, it's over. So I think that's what you have to understand that. Stop catching feelings for people who only saw you as a disposable item in their lives. Because that's what you are. Like, it's no feelings in that. Do your job, get your money, and go home, have your glass of wine, and go to sleep. Because it's a job.
Right, but I'm gonna give her the best advice. She said she needs some clarity on how to move forward. Okay, this is what you need to do moving forward. You need to learn how to be independent now, because you got somebody paying your bills. You don't got accustomed to that. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be hard to break that and have to spend your own money on bills. So you're gonna have to literally start all over, like learning how to do all this stuff yourself again. You know what I'm saying? Paying your own bills and doing all that, and be by yourself for a little while. You know what I'm saying? Like, just be by yourself and get your affairs in order. You know what I'm saying? Because it seems like you ain't got them in order. Because for real, if you had them in order, you wouldn't even have let him start paying bills and doing all that stuff for real. You know what I'm saying? Because especially knowing the situation that it can be cut off at any time. Now, I understand, 1 or 2 times to help you out. You cap 1 or 2 times, save some money on the back end, but just let it become a habit of somebody paying your bills, and then you just, at the end, now you questioning how long should you let it go on and how to cut it off now. Like, them the wrong question to ask at this point. You know what I'm saying? like for real.
Yeah, it's no time on this. It could be long, it could be short, but you just got to know your role and play your part.
That's it.
Just get up out of there while ain't no skin off of nobody's back. You know, when you try to leave, he might get mad and be like, the longer you stand there and receive money from somebody or somebody doing something for you, and you know that your end game ain't to be there with them, you know what I'm saying? You just making it worse. You may make the situation worse because they gonna feel like, oh, well, I've been giving you X amount of money for this long and we've been cool. Like, now you just want to. Some people don't take it, and that's
and I hope you save your cash. I hope you stash some of that money.
Yeah.
And get out, exit, find another one.
Maybe put it in a backyard or something.
I like what Shantae said. Shantae said, if you give a person the power to feed you, you give the person the power to starve you. So move forward.
That's real, yeah. If that's the case, yeah, she might be better off running in the opposite direction.
If she was smart, she didn't spend it all.
That's true.
Yeah.
Because when somebody cut your water off, it ain't good, man. It ain't good. For real.
Our toss-up question for tonight is very debatable.
Okay.
And it's loading, but it says, is it okay for your child's father or mother to spend the night at your house if you're actively dating or in a relationship?
Hell no.
Nah, that's not cool.
No. No, it ain't. It ain't no reason. It ain't no reason, you know what I'm saying? Even if they passing through, so I feel like we the 80s, baby. And I know it may be, I know some people probably older, viewing this. So let me say this. At our age now, ain't no reason why you can't go get a hotel room and have some arrangement for you to have somewhere to stay at, man. Like, ain't no reason.
Ain't no reason.
Like for real. Like, ain't no reason, because at the end of the day, if you date somebody or in some kind of relationship with somebody and you got basically your ex, even if you got kids by them, you know what I'm saying? It's your ex. That makes that person you dealing with feel uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? Like,
not just that, it's you're breaking a boundary. You got to be able to have some kind of boundaries in your relationship. And if you're breaking that boundary, you have a full understanding that you got to have some kind of respect for the person you're dating. some kind of respect, some kind of boundary, some kind of, something to assure them that, that what you had isn't what you have anymore. So you got to be fair to them, and, allowing them to spend the night, that's not a good look. Not at all.
But, like being a single mom, and, sometimes I feel like my child is safer here with me. So if her dad came to visit and he wanted to spend the night, he can sleep in one of those back rooms. I don't have an issue with that, because I would rather her see her dad here than her God knows where.
Got it. So, but the question is, if you're dating or in a relationship, so it's a little different.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. See, if you're single, that's a boundary that you and the guy that you're dating have to be concerned about. But if you're dating in a relationship, there's some lines that you really can't cross. Or if you cross those lines, you got to be ready for the consequences that are going to come with them.
Right.
Yeah. But now, I'm also at that point where I feel like, you asking to spend the night, you're pushing the button.
100%.
All right, this is not your family. This is not your home. All right. And especially if you're not financing anything in that home, you don't have a right. If you're not a reason why those lights come on, why that roof is over their child head, then you don't have the right to be staying.
But even if you is contributing to them lights, you know what I'm saying? Like, still, like, you gotta consider, like you say, you gotta consider the person that you're talking to, man. And because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, if that's the case, if just for your bills to be paid, you know what I'm saying, if I gotta put my feelings to the side, or how I feel about something to the side just for your light to stay on, then I might need to, reevaluate the person I'm dealing with, because that ain't fair to me.
Yeah, and I feel like when you're going to visit a child, like, it needs to be at a decent time.
Right.
Respect that person's home. You need to go at a decent time. You need to be leaving at a decent time.
Right.
Let's not get it twisted. You're not in a relationship with the person anymore, so I don't think you should be trying to stay.
You don't owe that to them. You don't.
No, not at all.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if they come to see, if you got kids, they come to see the kid, cool. Now, they'll come to the house and visit the kids and see with the kids, that's cool. But them, man, they head there for an extended period of time. Like,
no, sir.
Yeah, and when I was married, I had that issue with the mother of the child saying, I need you to come tuck the child in, or I need you to do these other things, like just pulling him away from the household, which was one of the reasons why I was like, you know what? This is for the birds. Because it was just too much. It's too extreme. You got to be respectful to your spouse. You got to be respectful to the person that you're in a relationship with. And it just seems a little iffy if you're doing all these other things, as if you're giving they get these relationship type benefits simply because they are the mother of your child or the father of your child. I mean, you have to draw the line somewhere. Some of those benefits or boundaries, they need to be established, Aretha. Like, there are just certain things you can't do. And now I'm your girlfriend, but you telling me that you went to go stay at your baby mama house last night because your child didn't want you to leave.
No.
Now that has never happened to me before, but I'm just saying, how does that sound? Like, I'm gonna feel some type of way.
Oh, 100%. And it'll be warranted for you to feel some type of way. Because there are things that are necessary and there are things that are not necessary. In that particular case, there's nothing wrong with them getting a hotel room. There's nothing wrong with them meeting in a neutral space. But staying a night, nah.
That's too much. It's too extreme.
That's entirely too much, and that's creating separation. Because the relationship that you're in, you're gonna put it on shaky foundation just based upon that foolishness.
And you're also the person in the relationship that's allowing this, you're letting your mate know that you carry a lot of extra baggage. Because they're gonna give you the side eye. I think that is going to cause some division in the relationship.
100%.
Yeah, it's a no for me.
Agreed. No.
It's a no for me. Now, What were you gonna say, Slim?
No, go ahead, sis. Go ahead.
Well, I just saw in the comments where someone said, I love being the side piece. Right. I saw that in the comments.
Okay.
And that kind of leads us into what our big topic is for tonight. Like, there are some people who truly love being the side piece, but
okay,
what we want to know, what the people want to know is, can we be lovers and friends? Is it possible to be lovers and friends? Like, if for that best male friend that you have out there, or that best homegirl that you have out there, is it okay to say, you know what, I think we should just add some benefits to this?
No, I think, me personally, I don't think you can be lovers and friends. You know what I'm saying? Like, it sounds good, but I think it need to be reworded, and I think it should say, we can be friends, then lovers. You know, because that's how it usually go. You can be friends, and then y'all move into that next stage, and then, but the crazy part about that is too, once you move to that stage, it ain't no going back to that friend stuff. You know what I'm saying? It ain't you. I feel like once you friends and y'all go to that next level, and then it don't work out, you know, some people claim that, well, we were friends first, it ain't working, we were still cool afterwards. You know what I'm saying? Maybe in your head, you know what I'm saying? Maybe the other person probably was like, yeah, I'm cool with it, but you know what I'm saying? That's hard to move away from, you know what I'm saying? Move on from, for real.
Well,
yeah.
I called a guy friend yesterday. And I wanted to pick his brain because we talk about a lot of different things. And I asked him, I said, do you think that, you know, you could sleep with a friend and, you know, everything will be okay? And he was like, yeah, I got a homegirl like that right now. And he was telling me that he has his homegirl, and when they call each other, they make their exchange and then they go back to normal. It's like, it's cool.
Okay, so that's interesting. That's an interesting perspective. There are people that have a little bit more emotional intelligence than others. There are people that have the ability to separate and compartmentalize relationship to friendship. So I will say that there are people that have the ability to make it work. I'm not one of those people.
And
so for me personally, if we're friends, we're friends, and if we love us, we love us. But intermingling and intertwining that, it can be tough. Because I've been in relationships where we were cut buddies, we had our fun, and then all of a sudden they was just like, well, let's go together. I was like, well, that wasn't what we planned to do. What we talking about go together for? No, that wasn't the intention. The intention was to have fun. Hey, let's have fun. Let's be friends. Nothing wrong with that. But if the intentions change, if all of a sudden you trying to turn into a girlfriend when you were just a cut buddy from the beginning, then what are we talking about?
Well, I guess we using the wrong. You know, they don't like to be called cut buddies. You know what I'm saying? That's the term that we use that make them kind of like don't like it. Is cut buddy. You know, a lot of women don't like to be. You know what I'm saying? They don't like the term.
But it's real though.
But hey.
But what if this is your good friend? Because
if it's your friend, you should have never went to. I mean,
see, that's a tough part about it.
Okay. A boundary you gotta set. Like we talking about setting boundaries, that's a boundary. You gonna either be like he said, you know what I'm saying? You either gonna be friends, and not saying that it can't happen now, y'all. Now, if you just click it,
it's real. Because it's real. Because of course you're gonna be very comfortable with your friends, right? Mm-hmm. You know, you're gonna have friends that, from a woman's perspective, you might get naked in front of that friend and not feel anything, or you might have friends where, you know, you bend over in front of them and you think they ain't looking, but you know they looking. I'm just saying though, like, you got to have some boundaries. You have to be able to, you know, realize that, hey, this is my friend, and I don't want to muddle the waters with that friend, or I don't want to mess things up with that friend. But what happens? A lot of times you end up being just friends, and all of a sudden that one day, you know, like it ended up turning to Netflix and chill, and it's on some other stuff. So, you know, you got to be really, you know, you got to be concerned about that and realize, is hitting the sheets worth the friendship?
But
That's
What's more important?
You gotta
But
understand.
listen though. Now, like I was saying, not saying that it couldn't work. You know what I'm saying? Because it could work, but this is the problem. Because when you be friends and then you turn into lovers, or y'all go to being, you know what I'm saying, together.
Yeah.
They start, the woman or the man can start changing on the way they used to feel about certain things. You know what I'm saying? As your friend, you know, I could tell you this stuff and, you know what I'm saying, it not be a problem. But once you become my woman or once he becomes your man, you know, certain things can't be, well, some people may feel like certain things, you can't do that no more. You know, a lot of people
true. The rules change, yeah.
Yeah, when they change, you know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, we were friends. That's why I ain't cared then, but now we together. Where I care. You can't be doing all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, or not even just doing things like out of the norm. You know what I'm saying? Because it could be stuff that normal stuff that you do in a relationship that, you know what I'm saying, not be a problem, but it could be like, you know, this your friend. You used to coming to him, talking to him about certain, you know, different things and situations, and you know what I'm saying, they might have a different reaction now that y'all together, or they, you know,
that's true.
But what do you do? Like, I'm just gonna be honest. I think that it could be good or it could be bad, depending on where your headspace is.
Right.
Okay.
You may have that friend that you cannot be in the same room with by yourself because you may just have that energy.
Yeah.
So that could be a good thing. But you and your friend have to establish some clear boundaries, like this is what it is, kind of thing. All right, it can ruin a friendship.
Real tight.
Yeah, you know, I have a male friend that we were friends like, we've been friends like 19 years, but we crossed the line. But in a sense, that makes us inseparable because it just seems like the universe was just rearranging, and then it's the Titans reconnect. It's all there, but it is what it is. But then, how does your spouse feel about that friendship? How does your significant other feel about that friendship?
Yeah, that's a whole nother story. Like, because you know when you're friends and lovers, as Slim was saying, and then all of a sudden you get into a relationship. That's when you and that friend and or lover or cut buddy, that's when the real test comes. Do they have the ability to put all of that fun that you used to have as lovers to the side and just be your friends?
Right.
Or do they got to kick rocks all together and, you know, you guys may never communicate again?
Yeah. And that's the bigger, you risk losing your friend over intimacy. So I think you got to pick wisely.
That's real.
Yeah. And then remember that even though that's your friend, you're going to have to forever be the side piece.
Ooh.
Because they did not intend on leaving anybody for you.
Nope.
Or they don't see you as a girlfriend.
Mm-mm.
Or they don't see you as a wife. They just like the chemistry that they have with you.
Well, I don't know. It just depends on the two people, man, in the situation. Now, you can't. It just depends. It may work out for some people, depending on y'all friendship and what y'all call friendship, you know. But like I say, you know, different strokes for different folk. You know what I'm saying? Some people can make it work. Some people can't. I honestly feel like, you know,
all right. Right here.
You got to keep it.
You are emotional creatures. Their feelings always get involved when the lines are crossed. But if you have a mutual understanding, then yes. But women can't usually separate. I know some men that can't separate.
I agree. I got some homeboys that soon as things change in the bedroom, they ain't with it, or they get attached and they on some other stuff, and I'm just gotta be careful. Like, bro, you know what you signed up for, dog. Don't call me Talking about, man, she would a whole nother dude. I'm like, dog, she told you.
Begging and pleading, doing
She
everything.
told you, bro. She already warned you, and all of a sudden you mad. What's going on?
Yeah, so men get caught up too now. You
Real
heard
talk.
I'm knee deep. Too far in to turn around. It can get like that.
It really can.
So what do you do? Can you be loving friends? I say no.
I think you just stay friends. Just stay friends, and or this it, and I do feel this, and I have been through this. Realize that you're gonna put everything in jeopardy based upon the choices that you make.
Right.
If both of you can realize that, go for it. But just know that there's a possibility you may not have that friendship again if you're willing to put everything on the line. But you gotta have those real kind of conversations and know that as soon as you cross that line, it's either gonna get real good or real bad.
I'm going for the real good. If you choose a friend, you better choose the right friend.
Yes.
Because if it's the right friend, they are in your pocket forever. Forever.
You got it, sis.
So hey, and with that being said, think about it before you get in somebody's pocket forever.
For real.
You got it, Slam.
And don't expose your friend either, because your significant other, your husband, whoever, I mean, you just don't want to let them know who that person is.
No, you do not.
Won't be able to go visit again. Yeah.
Because once you break that boundary, once you break that bonds, really losing that friend is gonna hurt more than losing most relationships.
Yeah.
And guess what? That's why I'm always against when a woman say, "Oh, that's my male friend. Oh, we kick it all the time." No, ma'am, we can't do ain't none of that. We in a relationship. We grown folk now. That high school stuff you talking about? Oh, that's my homeboy. No, you ain't. Cause as soon as you get the opportunity, he'll strike. Real talk.
Yeah. I've been there.
My real friend, or this my homeboy. No,
like no, we all hanging out. We all going to the movies. We all doing something.
So you better not expose who that person is. I'm telling you, do not expose who that person is to you, because your significant other is not having it.
At least you would hope not.
Yeah, they're not.
Some significant others allow more than others, but if you don't have boundaries, you're gonna have nothing but problems.
Yeah, maturity plays a part.
Yeah, it goes back to the emotional intelligence. I completely agree. If you're not mature enough to handle that kind of situation, or if you don't have the emotional intelligence to handle it, don't get into it. Don't waste your time. Don't waste nobody's heart.
Well, let me tell you, everybody always think they capable of getting through a situation. That's how you going in. That's how everybody go into any situation that they've gotten into. They always gotten into that situation by thinking that they can handle it. And you're not gonna be able to handle it.
It's just gonna get too heavy.
Like that's just real, man. Like you were like, well, you always gonna tell yourself this going in. Well, I ain't gonna get too deep in, cause
man, I got it under control. No, you don't.
It might not work. I'm gonna just, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just tap in a couple times and I'm gonna just get on up out of it. Man, listen. Sure. You know what I'm saying? Then when everything fail, then you crying. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, just like you gotta choose the blue pill or the red pill.
But I also say too, stop saying don't catch feelings.
Because you gonna catch
human. We are human. We are born to feel.
Yep.
You gotta live in the moment.
A person that don't catch feelings, you dangerous. That's a dangerous person.
That's true. That's true. You have crazy not catching feelings.
You gonna catch some feelings
in one way or another.
Yeah.
Something psychologically wrong with you if you don't catch something wrong with you. That ain't a good thing. Don't catch feelings. You can't talk about it, man. Something wrong with you.
Catch the feelings, but separate reality from fantasy.
Right.
That's what you got to do. The reality of the situation is
know the situation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Know what your boundaries are. Know what your expectations are. Know what your prerequisites are. What you want. You know, if you don't know what you want, how you gonna help somebody else?
Exactly. And I think it has to be mutually beneficial for both sides. If you're gonna engage with your friend, it has to be something. What are you expecting to get out of the situation? Like, what are the benefits? You got to do a whole risk assessment here. Yeah.
I like that.
What are you willing to wager? What are you willing to give? What are you taking? What are you willing to lose? And just be grown about it.
You got to honestly look at it like this: it's everything to lose, but nothing to gain in a situation like that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, you know, it's just a big. The risk is I think the risk big, you know, bigger than the reward. So in most cases. You know
Agreed. I'm saying, but at the same time, you can't have some.
Forget the risk. It's about the rewards. There's some rewards in there.
Well, see, that's just like saying, okay, I want to go rob the bank because I know the money in there.
Yeah, but you could also get locked up and be in jail forever,
or get killed in the process. That's what I'm saying.
Exactly. Like, so you got to think about the whole shit.
I'm finna run off in there anyway. No.
Be careful when you go. Just be careful.
Oh, listen, don't take advice from Raven.
I'm just telling you, live for today because tomorrow is not promising anybody. If you feel that connection, go for it. But just know that it's only what it is at the surface.
True.
If it grows beyond as you catch feelings, tell them. I call.
I think that'll work. Yeah, you gotta tell them. But then when they reject your feelings, like, I call.
Don't be mad.
Yeah,
don't be mad.
Look it up. Go about your business.
That's it.
You gotta drop your head, tuck your tail, and still come around though. That's how you can save your friendship because you
exactly.
You act normal, be hurt for a little while, but don't bring it back up. But
yep.
Still, you know what I'm saying? It'll smooth back out. Then you'll probably about some weeks or months later, you'll be like, well, probably some years. We'll wait some years. Probably some year later, you'll be like, man, you remember when you tried me?
Don't even say that. Don't even bring it up at all. Just let it burn.
I'm bringing it up. I'm like, you tried me, and I had to be like, man, no, I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? You was mad. we can laugh about it. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
And actually, that's the most maturity when you have the ability to laugh about it, you know, months later, years later, and be like, man, you remember when we was cutting up?
Right.
It could be so right, it could be so wrong, but you just have to do what works best for you.
100%.
Yeah. Right. If it's not good for you, let it go. If it's good for you, just enjoy the moment and let it be great.
That sounds like good to you and not good for you. It's a difference.
Because not everything's going to serve you.
Exactly. Feelings are temporary.
Well, we read
logic over feelings.
Everybody. Ooh. What are we going to leave the people with tonight?
Above all, when it comes to relationships, you got to be smart about it. And I do agree with, Aretha Love. You got to think about what you're doing before you do it.
Right.
Because, your heart is only going to do so much. You got to follow your mind. You got to have some good sense. And you can't expect anybody to think for you other than you. Nobody going to take care of you like you take care of yourself. You got to be smart.
Right.
All right. In the words of Rihanna, I leave the people with live in the moment because forever is not forever.
Indeed.
Live.
And I'm gonna leave the people with some prayers out there in Mississippi, man, going through that water crisis. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all get some answers and something worked out there, you know what I'm saying, real soon, because like I said earlier, you know what I'm saying, that's a sad situation, and prayers to the people that are living out there and got to go through that. You know what I'm saying? I know it probably got to be a hard situation to be enduring right now. So, yeah, prayers and all that goes up to those people out there, man. Real talk.
All right,
I agree.
Water to Jackson. And on that note, y'all, send some water to Jackson. It's been real. See y'all next Tuesday, and good night.
Good night, y'all.
Have a good night. Appreciate y'all, man.
Yes, sir.